A global pandemic, evolving technology, and a rapidly changing economy are making many of us rethink work. We are considering why we work, what we want from work, and what work should look like. These are not just pragmatic questions. The way work is changing also raises important ethical questions. As ACU's first Chief People Officer, it's important for me to think about these questions. I'm keen to know what matters most to our people and how we can bring our mission and values to life. Work can become all-consuming, whatever position you hold in an organisation. For those who can afford to, this leads to some people stepping out of work altogether. For others, it leads to changing jobs, or what we've come to know as the Great Resignation.
The primary purpose of work is to provide an income, and one would hope a good, secure, well-paid income.
We work with colleagues who are not usually our close friends, but also aren't strangers. Some shared ethical values are needed. Without them, toxic work cultures, bullying, and anxiety can result. For some employers, workplace ethics also means supporting larger ethical causes.
My particular faith tradition, Judaism, and its central book, the Torah, and the central portion, Deuteronomy, is very clear about this. It states clearly, you shall pay your worker fairly and on time. In fact, by sundown each day. And in another section, it says you shall not oppress your worker, whether they're Israelites or not.
Flexible working has made our homes a part of our workplace. Some like it, some don't. What about the ethical need to ensure we have a place separate from work that is dedicated to domestic or family life and privacy?
The pandemic has really driven home the blurring of the lines of when work ends and starts, and particularly for parents, and I'm a parent of two primary school aged children, having to combine homeschooling with doing work was a challenge at times, a challenge for me and a challenge for my children. So I think it is really one of the big barbecue stopper issues as we hopefully exit this dreadful pandemic.
Meaningful work highlights the humanising benefits of work. However, it is an ethical challenge to ensure that work is humanising, even when our motivation for working is often largely an economic imperative. There are many dynamics informing work security. These dynamics can impact on equitable participation and challenge us to find solutions.
I think the key to meaningful work is making sure people have input into the nature of their work, the boundaries between work and time outside work, and so that people have a clear understanding of their role and feel empowered at the workplace, that they're not just a number or a sort of robotic type who just takes instructions from an employer.
While we often worry about unemployment, some workers give up on work altogether. Although unemployment has been decreasing in America, the workforce participation rate for men has also been spiralling downward for half a century. Today, nearly 1 in 6 prime working age men in the United States has no paid work at all. This can impact personal well-being, weaken connections with family and local community, and lead to people just giving up. This exit from work raises ethical issues for American and Australian society alike.
The purpose of work is much broader and deeper. Work brings dignity, work brings hope, work brings a sense of purpose and meaning to people's lives. Work allows people to fulfill their obligations and duties and responsibilities to their family and to the community and to the nation at large.
As work changes, how do we ensure it meets what we need and delivers what we want?